you're back. Hey, we back. Welcome everyone to this episode on the Ultimate Sports TV, guys. We are getting deeper and deeper into the NFL playoffs as we've hit the NFL divisional round, guys. We got a lot of marquee matchup this week coming up on Saturday and Sunday, and I am super excited for them, guys. I'm about to give you my NFL divisional round predictions with two featured upsets in them right after you subscribe to the Ultimate Sports TV. Because if you are not subscribed, you are missing out on a lot, because this is the hot spot. Get lots and lots of time from the Ultimate Sports TV spot with fire NBA and NFL content. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join the TSD squad. Then like this video for me, share this video and YouTube channel. Then comment down below your NFL divisional round predictions, guys. But first with this, we are going to get started with the Packers versus Rams divisional round predictions. And in this game, I've got the Packers winning this one versus the Rams 31-27. Immediately when you look at this game, you look at the Packers offense versus the Rams defense. Two units who have been the most dominant on their teams all season long. Now, the thing that I think will keep this game close for the Rams in this game is their defensive line, because I do think they'll be able to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, especially because that Packers offensive line is missing David Bakhtiari in this game. And when you're able to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers, you're able to do a little bit and stop those big plays downfield. Now, when you look at this Green Bay Packers offense as a whole, though, I think they can still be explosive in this game, especially looking at the matchup versus a good Rams defense, but a Rams defense that has been inconsistent at times this season. They'll have weeks like they had last week versus the Seattle Seahawks where they can shut down an offense, or they'll have weeks versus the Jets where they can just totally flip-flop and let Sam Darnold run wild and throw all over the field all day long. So there are tendencies in that Rams defense that will show time to time. But when you look at the Rams offense, another thing that I think will keep this game close is keeping the Packers offense off the field with that Rams run offense. Now, while I don't think they're up there with the upper echelon teams like the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns is the best run teams in the league, I do think they can have a little effectiveness on the ground and keep the Green Bay Packers off the field, especially knowing that their run defense is not the best in the league. But when you look at the quarterback-to-quarterback matchup with Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers, who will win that one in a shootout? It's definitely Aaron Rodgers. So I'll take the Packers in this one versus the Rams 31-27. In this next divisional round matchup, I got the Bucs winning versus the Saints 33-27. Now, the Saints have the Bucs number this season. They've blown them out the two times they have played them this season. But I do think it's just so hard to beat a divisional opponent 3 times in a row, and I think the Bucs have learned from their mistakes all season long. Now, when you look at the offensive and defensive matchups versus the Bucs offense and the Saints defense, I do think the Bucs offense is rolling right now. Wow, they're not one of the best running teams in the league. They've got Tom Brady through the air. They've got Antonio Brown. They've got Chris Godwin. They've got Mike Evans. They've got Rob Gronkowski. They've got Cameron Brate. They've got so many weapons, and this is a Saints defense that has been vulnerable lately. While they have been great throughout the season, I do think they've shown some vulnerabilities at times, and this is not a time where you want to have that versus the Bucs offense that is steamrolling this time in this season. So I do think Tom Brady and the Bucs will have some success there. Now, when you look at the Saints offense, this is not an offense that has been all that great. They have gotten on slow starts versus not so great defenses, and that is not something you want to have versus a Bucs defense who has been pretty good as of late, stopping the pass. So, Drew Brees, will you have an okay game? I do think he'll have an okay game, but I do think the Bucs offense will do enough to win this game. I got the Bucs winning this one versus the Saints 33-27. In an AFC divisional round matchup, I got the Ravens winning versus the Bills 34-28. Now, this is going to be a game where there is snow, and which is favored in a snow game, either the run or the pass? It is definitely the run. Now, Josh Allen does have a pretty nice arm, but I do think with the snow that the Ravens run offense will fare better in it, and also that they'll be able to keep the Bills offense off the field with everything they're able to do, and they'll be able to do it dynamically and score points at the same time. I like how this Ravens offense looks with Lamar Jackson in this run game and J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards, and this Bills run defense is just not great. they allow you to have anything on the ground, and that is not a great tendency to have versus a team like the Ravens, who is the best rush team in the NFL. They'll be able to keep the Bills offense off the field, but I do think the Bills offense will be able to score points versus a Ravens secondary that has had inconsistencies through times this year. I do think that Josh Allen will be able to find Cole Beasley at times in this game, knowing that the Ravens secondary will be worried about Stephon Diggs. Although I do think the Ravens will win this game because they'll be able to keep the Bills off of the field. So I think they will win this one 34-28. I think they'll be able to score points. I think their defense will be able to do enough. I just love how this Ravens team is playing right now, and I think they'll be on their way to the AFC Championship. I do think they will knock the Bills out in this one. Now, when you look at the Bills' pass offense, they have been great at times this season. But when you look at the Ravens' run offense, they will be able to keep them off the field. And when you look at the Bills' run defense, again, it is just not a great time to have a bad run defense when you're facing the Baltimore Ravens. I have an upset of a century here with the Browns beating the defending champ Chiefs in this one 42-38. This is a Browns team that came out and surprised us versus a good Steelers defense. They put up almost 50 points on them. They put up 48 points on that Steelers defense. Just think what they'll be able to do versus the Chiefs defense, knowing that their run defense is atrocious and their pass defense is very inconsistent. And when you try and stack the box, Baker Mayfield can kill you. So I think he will be a factor in this game. I think he'll throw for 3 touchdowns and about 260 to 300 yards in this game. I think the Browns offense will fire from all cylinders in this one. And a big factor in this game for me is not the Browns defense being able to stop Patrick Mahomes, because I do think Patrick Mahomes will run wild in this game. I just don't think he'll have enough time to do what he is best at. And that's because I do think the Browns run defense can keep the Chiefs off the field. And while you say that, you still need to be able to score points. And the Browns proved to us throughout this season versus playoff teams and good defenses. They proved it versus the Ravens. They proved it versus the Steelers that they can score a lot of points. When they need to, they can score a lot of points and keep you off the field at the same time. And that is what teams that have beaten the Chiefs have been able to do. Keep the Chiefs off the field and be able to score points. Now, the teams that have beaten the Chiefs have not had the best defenses, but they were able to allow and rely on their offenses to do the work on the offensive side of the ball. And when you look at the Chiefs offense, they're going to be coming off of 2 bye weeks, the week 7 rest and the first round bye. And when you look at the teams through the last 10 years who have rested their teams in week 17 and had a first round bye, those teams are 2-4 in the last 10 years. So that is not good for the Chiefs, because I do think they'll show some rust in this game, and it's not good to show rust in this game versus the Browns team who has a run game. It can make you rusty even more, tired even more. So I do think we'll see the Chiefs rust some in this game, but I do think their offense will still fire on all cylinders. The factor in this game, though, is that I think the Browns' rush offense will keep the Chiefs' offense off the field, and I think the Chiefs' defense will not do enough for this Chiefs' offense to get them onto the field. While I do think Patrick Mahomes will go berserk versus a not-so-great Browns secondary, I just think this Browns offense is so good to score points and keep the Chiefs off the field. And I think this team is better than we give them credit for. This team is underrated as a whole, and I think they're really underrated on the offensive side of the ball. Yes, this is a really great run team, a top 2 run team in this league, but when you look at this past game with Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, Rashard Higgins, Austin Hooper, David Njoku, Harrison Bryant, this is an underrated pass game. Baker Mayfield has a 108 passer rating versus the blitz, and the Chiefs blitz a lot. So when you blitz, Baker Mayfield will be able to pick you apart, and the blitzing is not going to be able to work versus the Browns offensive line that has been able to protect Baker Mayfield throughout the season, because they're number 1 ranked in run blocking and number 1 ranked in pass blocking. So I do think the Browns offense will be able to have some success in this game, and this will be the upset of a century right here. I think the Browns will be able to score enough points and be able to keep the Chiefs off of the field. I got the Browns winning this one 42-38, and I think it'll be all about their offense in this game, and Cleveland will be going wild, guys. And this is not a Cinderella story. The Browns are good. They are not just coming out of nowhere. I find it disrespectful that everyone is disrespecting this is an 11-5 Browns team whose offense is great. They have a good pass rush and are able to stop the run. The Browns will win this one, 42-38, guys, and that's it for me. We'll see who advances. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. But last week I went 5-1 on all my predictions in the Super Wild Card weekend, guys. So I'm a pretty good predictor at this, so you should listen to me, guys. I'm just kidding. I may be right, I may be wrong, guys. I can't wait to watch these games on the weekend. Give your comments down below who you think will win, or debate if you don't think I'm right in the comment section below, guys. This is Malik Hicks, aka the Ranker of the Ultimate Sports TV, signing off. Peace out, and I'll see you in my next one.